right? Gucci and fake Louis Vuitton and stuff like that, belts for like $5, $10 a piece. I'd go flip them in high school for 60 bucks, $100, right? So I was actually able to accumulate, a decent foundation off of that. And come 2016, actually it was a bit before that where one of my brothers, he actually showed me, he's passed away right now, but he showed me Bitcoin at around $200-$300. Right. And I didn't listen to him. I had laughed at him. I'm like, yo, I'm not interested in that. I'm not down. People around me were telling me not to invest. Some of my family, friends, everyone was telling me not to invest. And he actually came back in 2016, April. I remember actually clear as day. And he showed me Bitcoin at $600. And he's like, you know what, if you had invested, bro, like you would have, like already 6 times your money, this and that. And he was actually into like Call of Duty, like streaming, and he was already trading Forex on MetaTrader 4 and stuff like that. So this kid, man, he was one of the only people that could actually show me six figures, right? And he was a year younger than me at the time. He was 16, I was 17 years old, and I'm like, where'd you get this money? Like, you don't sell drugs or anything like that. And he's like, no, like I just got it from trading in crypto. I'm like, you know what? I'm all in, because no one around me could show me that type of money. And especially at such a young age, I was 17. What I wanted was six figures at that age. I'm like, I want to, make 100K. And he was the only one that could show me it. So I trusted him. I went all in, man. I invested at, $600. I'm obviously not going to make any income claims here, but, I made some good money. I was able to, get a property in Oshawa, a little bachelor condo. I've been able to, live off that money for the last 3-4 years, and just kind of produce for myself. Even to this day, I never have a resume. So entrepreneurship just is in my blood, man. Like that's kind of how I got introduced to this, right?
Guys, I don't think you guys are hearing what he just said. He said he doesn't even know what a resume is, right? I don't know about you guys, but I was sick and tired when I was working, when I was doing resumes, right? Literally sitting there doing resumes. Sometimes I even pay people to write my own resume and handing them out, doing the job application process. It really sucks, right? This guy hasn't even experienced that, literally through his investments in cryptocurrency. All right. So I want you guys to understand the power of this currency, this digital currency. And we're gonna deep dive to talk about what it is and technology behind it. So hopefully you guys are taking notes as well too, because we have a special giveaway for somebody on this call that takes the best detailed notes. Takes an Instagram, maybe a boomerang, tags the both of us. We're gonna do a special giveaway, guys. Some cryptocurrency to fund your guys' wallet. The money calls are not just conversation. We actually, we give out money here and there, right? So I'm excited, guys. Let's get into the conversation though, because I want you to understand. For me, when I heard about cryptocurrency, it was a little bit late, right? I heard about it in I think it was 2017, right? And that time was about $1,000 a coin. And shout out to my brother on the call. Dane had shown me literally. He's like, "Yo, you're working at the bank, bro. You don't know about Bitcoin, Ethereum?" I'm like, "No, what the hell is that?" It's like, "Yo, it's a coin that makes money." I'm like, "What do you mean it's a coin that makes money? It's digital." I'm like, "What do you mean it's digital?" Honestly, since he showed it to me, the biggest regret is not buying a couple of coins at a time. Right. And then throughout my journey as well, too, fortunate enough, I was surrounding myself with the right friends. Shout out to Crypto Queen Ashley. She told me a little bit more about cryptocurrency, right? And then I had some other friends that told me a little bit other things about cryptocurrency. And for me, I got into it a little bit late. I got into it about 2018. Started off with $100. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. You do not have to own a full coin. You can own a percentage. So I bought $100, seen this ATM, put $100 in there, got it, made some money. It flipped within 3 months. It was valued at $200. I wasn't really a believer, but I made that money, took it out, and called it a day. Right. And then I started to look into other coins other than Bitcoin, the altcoins and stuff like that. And then long story short, last year was able to put some money down. And then within 6 months, we seen, again, this is recorded, so we're not talking numbers, but again, it allowed me to do a lot of different things. Just like Itiel, get into real estate, buy a new car, do a bunch of different things that, open up more doors. Let's just say that. But let's get into it. Let's get into the details, because we got about 90 people on this call right now. Like, this call is literally about to get maxed out before we even end it. But let's get deep dive into it. And guys, make sure you're taking notes, because if you do not know nothing about cryptocurrency, you guys seen all the fives that were being dropped about 10 to 15 minutes ago. People are making money through this. Millionaires are created through cryptocurrency. And honestly, what's happening right now is a shift. Like, I truly believe in the next 2 years, right? This is going to be the biggest wealth transfer this world has ever seen. And rightfully so, it's going to come a lot through cryptocurrency. All right. So let's deep dive into it, man. Let's talk about the technology. How does it work? What is blockchain? Like, what is Bitcoin? What is it? Talk about it. Let's go into it.
What's crazy is I actually didn't even really understand it for like 2-3 years when I first invested, right?
Yeah.
I was just watching my account just go up in price, and I'm like, what is this stuff? I'm like, yo, just withdraw. Kind of regret, I regret a bit. Obviously, I could have been smarter with the money, but I was 19, 20 years old. Seeing your account, triple, quadruple in a month or two, you're gonna go, be done with that money at a young age. And I didn't really have the mindset, but it's crazy because everything that I show, in our family and Sniper Nation basically is what I've learned in the last 2 years, right? Coming into, I am the company we're in. I learned that Bitcoin was the technology, right? It wasn't just money. And while he was talking about blockchain, type in blockchain in the chat box if you know what blockchain is or you've heard of it, right? Because blockchain is the reason why cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is what its value, right? It's so valuable because of this blockchain technology. And when you think of, the banks, right? When you think of the banks, why is Bitcoin so needed in the world? Why is cryptocurrency so needed? Is because, what's really opened my eyes is having a team in a family in Nigeria now and these other countries where the banks are very corrupt, right? The banks are very corrupt, and sometimes they don't have access to this money. Their banks shut them down. They don't allow them to withdraw a certain amount of money and all these different things. So it was crazy that, with Bitcoin, if you think about it, you don't need an ID. All you need is a phone and Wi-Fi, right? Or data to be able to have access to money and value now because of this technology. So the technology behind Bitcoin blockchain, the banks, when you think of a bank, it's centralized and it's private, right? A bank is centralized and private. So meaning when I send an e-transfer or a wire transfer to someone on this call, no one can see that transfer be done other than the banks, right? And they know exactly where that money is going, whose account it's going to. They have control of that money, right? It's centralized. And it's private because only they can see that database, right? Now, when you think of also the banks, they have something called double spending, right? Fractional lending, it's called, I'm pretty sure. And what this means is when I put $1,000 in the bank, right? Say I go to TD, CIBC, whatever bank it is, and I put $1,000 in. Now they can actually go lend that same $1,000 out to 10 different people on credit, right? So that means, Billy, Amanda, David, Kyle, all now have the same $1,000 with 20% interest on top. They're making, $200 off every $1,000, right? So the banks, that's how they make money. Now, with blockchain and Bitcoin, you can't double spend money because it's not duplicatable once it's on the blockchain, which is a open database, basically. So Bitcoin is decentralized, meaning no one, controls it. It's not owned by a single entity or government or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's decentralized or open to the public, open to the public, where any one of us can see a Bitcoin be transacted on this database, right? We can actually go search up our transaction be done. So if I send, say a Bitcoin to Shaq can actually go search up our transaction code and see the money be sent. Now it's not going to say Itiel, Criseo sent Shaq Hall a Bitcoin. It's going to show a deposit code, which is just a bunch of numbers, sent this much money to this other code, right? This means that with blockchain, it's not duplicatable, it's not counterfeitable, right? Every coin is accounted for, and it can't be double spent because there is only a limited supply of Bitcoins, right? There's only 21 million coins. So if it was able to be counterfeited or double spent, it would defeat the purpose of it having value, right? Because there's only 21 million coins. That's why people want it so bad, especially in these different countries, because it fights against inflation, right? We're hearing stories about, Venezuela, where their money system is literally gone.
Or Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, there's $1 trillion bills. I'm pretty sure there is, like, literally
Exactly.
$1 trillion bill. So the technology is like, it's invaluable, right? And we can actually kind of go into that after as well a bit more. But that's kind of why Bitcoin and blockchain is so cool, because it can't be counterfeited, can't be duplicated, and it can't be double spent, and every coin is accounted for, right?
Yeah, and it's decentralized as well too, right? Exactly what you said is the power of cryptocurrency, guys. Literally fiat currency in front of our eyes, guys. With all the money the government is producing, it's just devaluing our dollar. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but the US dollar is falling, right? US dollar is the financial dollar of the world. It is dropping, guys, right? And it's going to continue to drop with these stimulus checks, with them closing down businesses, with them, providing so much support to all these corporations and companies. Literally, the dollar is falling. So you're seeing gold kind of, bear a lot of that inverse relationship. And as well, cryptocurrency is now being another form where you can hedge inflation, guys. So if you don't invest in cryptocurrency already, get you some cryptocurrency, right? You can start with Bitcoin, you can start with Ripple, all right? And we can talk. Let's get into Ripple, because Ripple has been a fun conversation as well too. So let's let the people know what Ripple is. Yeah, let's talk about it, because literally, on our way to Montreal, I was scalping that, and we seen that turn into like 150 to 200% literally in 4 days. 4 days, guys. You seen 200%. Listen, guys, I'm an avid investor. What I mean by avid investor, I invest in a lot of different things. And 200%, you don't see that anywhere, right? You do not see that anywhere, not even in real estate, guys. 200% in 4 days is nuts, right? And that's the power of cryptocurrency as well too. But let's talk about that, guys. Let your family members know too as well. I see people starting to join. Some people fell off, but we're officially maxed out. So drop some eights in the chat. The first money call that's officially maxed out. And the reason why is because we're talking about cryptocurrency, guys. We're talking about something that's revolutionary, that's going to help a lot of individuals. Guys, there's cities being made right now that's going to be funded through cryptocurrency. Shout out to Akon as well too. There's so much technology that's happening. These big corporations are now starting to use cryptocurrency, right? You got the Facebook that wanted to bring out, what was it, Libra or something like that, and then you got the PayPal that's adopting Bitcoin. Guys, like, yo, honestly, this is an exciting time to be an investor, and I'm telling you guys right now, a lot of people are gonna go broke in the winter time, or not winter time, around Christmas time. Make sure you're liquid. Make sure you have enough money, because we can still see a retracement happen, and you can get it at a cheaper price, right? In the grand scheme of things, that if Bitcoin even hits 50,000, 100,000, or I should say when, because that's what's going to happen, right? You're getting these big bank officials coming out and saying, they see cryptocurrency. You're getting people like Elon Musk, the Robert Kawasaki's, the people who were bashing Bitcoin before are now secretly investing into it. So let's get into the technology behind it as well too. Talk about Ripple first, and let's get into the technology. I want to have a conversation regarding technology.
For sure, for sure. So obviously, most of us probably have heard of different coins and, altcoins. So everything that's not Bitcoin is considered an altcoin. It's a alternative coin, basically, right? And what's cool is, Bitcoin, it's completely anonymous. No one knows who created it, but he left his white paper open, which is kind of like, the blueprint to Bitcoin, right? And because he left this open, other people around the world have been able to now create their own coins and take the idea of Bitcoin and almost like evolve it, right? And make their own technology and things behind it. So something like Ripple, why I personally, I don't like Ripple, but I like it because the volatility, 100%. You're going to make a lot of money investing into Ripple, but it's a centralized crypto, right? It's a centralized crypto, meaning the banks actually run XRP. They don't own it, but they use its system and its blockchain technology to actually transfer money around the world. So Ripple to me is something that, with Bitcoin, it takes 20, 30 minutes, right? We can all agree if you sent a Bitcoin, it takes a while for you to receive that sometimes. And you're sitting there thinking like, is it going to show up? Is it going to pop up in that wallet? But Ripple's instant, right? If I were to send someone a Ripple on this coin, they'd get it instantly in like 2 minutes, not even, right? So with Ripple, I see Ripple being that currency because banks are actually adopting it and partnered with Ripple, that XRP being that coin that is used for, transactional things. Like going and buying coffee or something small like that, and going to the grocery store and stuff like that, because it's so quick and it's cheap. There's so many of them where it's able to be scaled around the world more efficiently than Bitcoin, right? Where Bitcoin, you're not going to go sit, in your Starbucks line waiting for that Bitcoin to transact 30 minutes and then finally get your coffee, right? So XRP is definitely something, guys. It's one of my top coins, 100%. I'm not going to keep it for the next 5-10 years, but it's something that I'm definitely going to hold for the next 1 or 2 years, get some gains off it, and bring it back into Bitcoin most likely.
No, that's what's up. The guy who created crypto, wasn't his name like Satoshi Nakamoto or something like that, or
Yeah.
Nakamoto Satoshi something? There was a person, but nobody knows who he is, right? He's anonymous, right? So nobody knows who he is. Some people say it's a group of individuals as well too. Do you know any information regarding that as well too? Because I know you talked a little bit about Bitcoin, and it's a little bit slower. Bitcoin, what is it? The transactions are they do what, 7? I was reading something online about this, like 7. They can do 7 transactions at a time, so that's why it takes maybe a half an hour or an hour for a transaction to go through. While Ripple is in seconds, right? The speed of it's a bit faster. But do you know anything about the development of the cryptocurrency? Like through your research or through your experience, do you know anything about the development from what you know?
So Bitcoin has been in the works in my, like, there, if you go on the white paper actually on bitcoin.com, I'm pretty sure is, and you can actually go read the white paper and see that it has references from what he got his information from, right? Satoshi Nakamoto, before he created it. So they've been, trying to create a crypto for many years. There's something called B money. It got released before Bitcoin and it actually had crashed. I'm pretty sure it didn't succeed, but Bitcoin was the very first crypto that actually succeeded, right?
Got you.
And what's crazy is Bitcoin itself, it's 2009 it got created. So it's a bit laggy compared to these other coins, right? It was an old technology, right? Like it's still old technology now compared to something like Ripple, where they evolved Bitcoin basically, and these other coins evolved from it and
Yeah.
made transactions quicker, made the technology more efficient. But Bitcoin's like that grandfather of Bitcoin or of crypto, because it's anonymous. No one knows who actually created it. Whereas all these other coins, there is a team and there's a CEO behind it. There is, people behind the works and stuff like that. So I feel people trust more in Bitcoin because no one knows who it actually is. And it's just it was just placed and like forgotten, you know what I mean? Like just left in peace, kind of.
And there's a supply of only 21 million. Why is there a specific number as well too?
Actually, I'm not too sure why only 21 million. I never really.
But that helps with the price as well too, with supply and demand, right? Because it's just like gold, right? You see Glenn. Shout out to my boy Glenn as well too on the call. Yeah, supply and demand, guys. It's just like it works like gold, right? There's only a limited supply. Understand, guys, paper money, they print it on demand. There's a person that presses a button and they print it. Well, Bitcoin now, there's only 21 million. What are we at right now? Like they mined how much? Like 18 million so far?
Yeah, 18.5 million in circulation. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're at that point where we could see really in the next 4 years something really crazy. Well, every 4 years is a halving event, correct?
Yeah, every 4 years there's a cut in supply basically on how many Bitcoins are created.
That's what's up. So guys, supply and demand. So in the grand scheme of things, just understand, no matter the price right now, even if you get a little bit, you can get a fraction of Bitcoin. Get yourself some Bitcoin, some cryptocurrency. Itiel, feel free. You can share your screen. Let's get into the technology. Let's talk about some of the high points of where we see cryptocurrency going, and then we can kind of stimulate the conversation, and we can open it up, right? We can open up to some question and answers, guys. If you guys have questions, feel free for Itiel or myself, drop it in the chat. And we'll get to it as well too. We want to make sure this is an interactive conversation. Shout out to the people who have their camera on as well too, that are paying attention, that are taking their notes. Again, there's a prize for being on this money call. This is the first official money call that got maxed out. So we're definitely giving away some Bitcoin. All right. So make sure you tag both myself and Itiel on Instagram. If you don't have Itiel's Instagram, Itiel, what's your Instagram? Drop it in the chat for the people as well too. I'll drop mine, guys. It's Shaq Hall _ Itiel Criseo. Perfect. Shaq Hall _. Make sure you guys tag us on Instagram. Show us your notes. that you've been taking through this call, and we'll enter you in a draw. But take it away, brother. Let us know what you're looking at. Let's talk about some of the technology behind everything that we're talking about today.
For sure, for sure. So yeah, guys, take notes because it might go to the one who has the most notes this giveaway, right? We'll see what me and Shaq think of. But you know, something called blockchain, kind of getting into it, right? And how I want you guys to almost pick up my brain on how I look at Bitcoin. And I look at it as a normal technology, right? We look at telephone, we look at TV, electricity, you know, cars, radio, credit cards, all these different technologies and how many years it took to adopt, right? So this right here, this chart is adoption of technology in the US. But now think of this worldwide, right? Where, you know, there's even some countries out there that don't even use internet yet. Like there's, you know, they don't even have access to a lot of these things. So think of this as a worldwide chart where, you know, 1900s and 1910s, you know, our great grandparents and things like that, they didn't even, like, they thought the telephone was crazy, the cell phone and, you know, TV, and we're able to simultaneously call someone around the world right off from something in our pocket, right? We have supercomputers in our pocket now, and it took many years. Now, what came out recently, 2000s, that's causing these red lines now, these adoptions, you know, rise up really quick, is basically social media and internet, right? Came out. And blockchain, if you think about it, it's 2009, right? So we're right here with blockchain, and it's a worldwide, you know, technology and currency. So when I look at Bitcoin rise in price, I'm looking at the adoption of a technology, right? It's not just something that is just going up in price because it's going up in price. It's like it's a technology being adopted with a price tag attached to it, right? Where some of these technologies, radio and our smartphone and stuff, they have a price tag, but in the store, where we're actually trading Bitcoin on, you know, our apps and our phones, and we're investing it. So kind of going into the technology, blockchain.com is that, you know, database that I kind of talked about, right? Where imagine this is the bank's data, right? Imagine that I opened blockchain.com and it's like CIBC's order book almost, right? Which is you would never get access to that. And if we go down, you know, we see latest transactions. We see transactions of $160,000 happening right now, $4,000, $22, right? These transactions, they're happening live right now. So what's cool is, again, you're able to see these transactions be done in real life time because it's open to the public, right? Bitcoin's open to the public, or the databases, sorry, blockchain. Now, for example, if I click on, you know, we'll look for a decent transaction here, $285,000 transaction, right? Imagine us being able to see a $285,000 transaction going from bank to bank and seeing exactly whose bank it's going to. Oh, Shaq just sent $200,000 to myself. Imagine we were able to see that, right? But on here, okay, it's pseudo-anonymous, right? Bitcoin is pseudo-anonymous. It's decentralized, it's open to the public, but it's pseudo-anonymous, meaning it's not showing my name sent this many Bitcoin to this name, or this email address sending this much money to this email address. It's a deposit code, right? So every wallet, you know, going into wallets, kind of like your Exodus and your Ledgers and ShakePay or Coinbase, whatever wallet you're using, right? It's sending this much Bitcoin to this wallet. Now, you guys can see here the second, minute, hour, time, day, year, and how much Bitcoin down to its fraction is being sent. It's being accounted for, right? Because there's only 21 million, we need to make sure every coin is accounted for to its last fraction. So if I imagine I click on this, okay, I click on this wallet address. If I know someone's deposit code, okay, if I know your deposit code in Bitcoin, I could actually type in your address in here or our transaction block and see how much Bitcoin's exactly in your wallet. But there's no name attached to it. So I'd have to actually physically know that that's your deposit address. But this address right here, it shows one transaction has been done. It just received 16 Bitcoins and it hasn't sent anything out, leaving a final balance of 16 Bitcoins. Now imagine someone could go search up your bank account and see exactly what's in your bank account, right? So you guys got to be super careful of who you give your deposit code to, because they can see exactly what's in your account, right? I always, you always want to do it through different wallets and things like that. But that's the technology. This is the technology right here in front of us of Bitcoin and why it's so valuable, because everything's accounted for down to its second and down to the last fraction that it's being sent. So, going into this is that technology being adopted, right? Now, I'm going to kind of go into the charts a bit, but before that, just to show you guys where we kind of are. And I believe everybody on this call still has a big opportunity in this. I believe we're still early adopters in this environment, right? In cryptocurrency, because of how much money is involved and kind of where we are in the stage of this, right? We're only, 9, 10 years into this. A lot of things take a while to get adopted. And we can see here up top, right? Coinmarketcap.com. Anybody can go on this website and kind of go do your own due diligence and research, right? I always suggest before you buy a crypto, at least go read about it, some bit, where you can see, there's 7,000 different cryptos, being Bitcoin being that main one and that has the most amount of money involved. Now, our market cap of crypto is only 500 billion, guys. If we look at, I'm pretty sure gold, right? I don't quote me on this, but how much the market cap of gold's like what? Like 15 trillion, I think it is. Something nuts like that, right? I seen Apple, a picture of Apple the other day. Like the company Apple is a $2 trillion market cap. That one company itself. So imagine the whole entire cryptocurrency universe is only 500 billion, right? For Forex, something that's $7 trillion per day, the market, and we only have 290 billion per day flowing through this, these currencies. So I think we're very, very early, and it's never about being lucky. It's about, again, who do you listen to, and are you listening to what's going on here? Because if we're seeing companies like PayPal and, Cash App and Square and, all these Facebook, like all these big, success leaves clues, right? It might not be in the media right now yet. I'm telling you guys, when Bitcoin was at $20,000, it was all over the news, but because they wanted to short the market, right? They shorted it. Guess where institution money got in? 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, where right now it's maybe, being kind of suppressed at the moment, but watch when Bitcoin breaks that high. When Bitcoin's at 30, 40, 50,000, right? I'm not a financial advisor, but I personally, I'm like 99% sure it's going to go up there, because why would these companies now adopt it? Because they're now certain of what's going on. They're understanding what's happening. So again, you can come on here, click on Bitcoin. I'm not going to go through it too much, but you can click on its website and go to introduction and click on the white paper, right? I highly suggest everyone goes and does this and kind of reads on, what actually Bitcoin is, and it's an innovative payment network, a new kind of money, and read on about it, right? Now, going
do
into
your due diligence, guys. Do your due diligence, 1,000%. Right.
100%.
Before you even get into that, I just want to elaborate and highlight some key points before you go further, bro. Literally, he said it, guys. Like honestly, it's all about timing, and I truly believe in life. Success is a direct reflection of the voices you choose to listen to. Shout out to Justin Owens. He talks about all the time. Literally, guys. So it's like you don't have to be the smartest person in the room, right? You don't have to be the smartest person to get involved and make a lot of money through this. You just have to be first, right? The early birds get the worms, and right now he basically explained it. Like literally, we're at a market cap of only, a few billion, right? What is it? A half a billion?
Yeah,
half a trillion, half a
of
billion?
all crypto, half a billion.
All crypto, and the circulation today is what, 200 and something billion a day? Like it hasn't even touched a trillion yet, guys. Like there's so much more room to grow. Like think about it this way. Like think about getting into Apple before Apple it is now. Think about getting into Tesla before Tesla is now. Think about getting into Airbnb is about to go public, but think about getting to these companies literally from early stages, or at least in the middle of the stage of the actual growth, because we're about to see a doubling growth, guys. And these pullbacks are perfect times to get in, right? And dollar cost average, and I preach all the time, guys, some of you guys know my background. I used to be a financial advisor. Still kind of am, but I just don't work for an institution. But literally, dollar cost average is one of the most powerful things you can do to make sure that your money grows for you long term. And long term in crypto is like 18 months. Like literally, it's it can take a few months, right? Who knows? But it's another way to store your income. But let's get into, because I don't want you to. I want to stray away from the topic. I know you're sharing your charts. Let's get into the charts as well too. Somebody asked, "How can you talk about crypto credit cards?" Yeah, we can definitely talk about that. You can talk about crypto.com. I'm excited because they just announced that you can get that in Canada. Best believe I'm getting myself one. So, but yeah, Itiel, let's get back into the chart and talk about that question as well too, regarding the crypto credit cards.
100%, 100%. So yeah, the credit cards are actually an interesting idea. I'll kind of get into why I'm not for them, but I'm for them for mainstream like media, right? And just being adopted almost, right? More people are kind of getting involved in things like that. But the point of crypto, right, is you own your money and no one else can own that money, right? You actually own a piece of technology. So you buying Bitcoin or these other cryptos, you actually own a piece of technology almost, right? And the point of it is being decentralized is a peer-to-peer network. Yeah, right. I transact with Shaq, I transact with you instead of being put through a middleman, right? Put through the middleman where these companies, example PayPal, I personally don't know what exactly they're doing because right now when you buy Bitcoin through PayPal, you can't even actually withdraw that Bitcoin, right? You can only send it within PayPal. Or what I think PayPal is actually doing is it wants to be like the top of the merchant game, right? Where PayPal's obviously partnered up with lots and lots and lots of merchants and stores, where now you're going to be able to, as a person, if I own a store, be like, I want to accept Bitcoin, and PayPal, I'm partnered up with PayPal. You can buy, my item, my product with Bitcoin through PayPal, right? So that it's more secure for the individual. Because PayPal is definitely tracking on who owns what and what's going on, right? Because with Bitcoin, no one actually knows who owns you. Like, no one knows that I own a set amount of Bitcoins, right? But if you have your money in the bank or on PayPal or these different institutional things, on a credit card, say, they know exactly what's in your wallet, right? So that's the only reason I don't like it. If Bitcoin was made to get away from that stuff, but again, it's here to be just more adopted in my opinion. So the people that are actually like in Bitcoin, like from the beginning, they're not going to keep their stuff on a credit card. But I find it real. I'll probably keep some on there so I could just go show people like, just go to the store and go spend it on a card like that. In my opinion, that's pretty cool that they're even adopting it like that. So
You know what it is? It's for the benefit. So I'll we can have a definitely debate about that, bro. Because I know how you feel about credit, but credit is powerful, my guy. So
yeah,
having a little bit as as a security that you're putting aside and getting a credit card. I'm telling you guys right now, it's the benefit you take advantage of, guys. The credit cards that you use, not only is it helping build your credit, but it's the benefits that you take advantage of, right? So some people like to travel, they like travel benefits, but with these credit cards, you're going to be earning more crypto. You're going to be earning discounts off of. I was looking at crypto.com. They had like discounts off of Netflix and Spotify and all that type of stuff. So the benefits that you're going to get from it is better than your average credit card, and you can earn some crypto as well too. And honestly, this conversation can go on for a long time. We can even talk about staking and using it as cryptocurrency as a savings account as well too. But I don't want to steer too much off topic. So how about we talk about the emotional side of trading, the cryptocurrency, because some people getting in the wrong time, right? And this is why I preach dollar cost averaging as well too. Let's talk about timing. Let's talk about the emotional side. Let's talk about trading cryptocurrency as well too. And literally, I want you to talk about swipe coin, because that's the hottest topic right now. Swipe coin, and I know there's some people right now that probably haven't even invested, probably don't even know what iMastery Academy is, probably don't even know what swipe coin is. But if you don't know what swipe coin is, listen to this individual and what he has to talk about swipe coin, because literally, I think it was like a week ago when you had Crypto Picasso on the call, one of the co-creators of swipe coin, and I'm telling you, after that call, I don't know what was said on that call, but like, it just started hitting and hitting and hitting, and then the testimonials have been going through the roof. And Itiel was literally that guy after that for setting up that call. So, shout out to you for getting Picasso on the call and collaborating that. But let's talk about the emotional side. Let's talk about trading, and let's talk about cryptocurrency within our platform through the Swipecoin app that anybody can take advantage of and literally get involved and make some money for themselves.
For sure, for sure. Actually, I want to give back a shout out to Shaq because he's like, yo, don't be an alien, bro. Like, get yourself a credit card. And I never had a credit card till literally like last week. I applied for it finally. And
yo, you gotta drop some twos for Itiel.
I'm a use it. I'm gonna use it to go build my credit.
Drop some twos for Itiel.
Yeah, they only gave me a small one, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll build it. I'll build that up first.
Tell them you got Bitcoin, bro.
But there's a technology behind, or emotional cycle, right? Because Bitcoin is it's peer-to-peer, so humans almost run the network, right? We're buying it, we're selling it. We're greedy people, we're fearful people, and there's emotions involved. So kind of in front of us, and I'll get into the chart, and then I'll kind of go over Swipecoin. Like oh man, like Swipecoin is nuts, guys. Like you're getting mentorship from a 7-figure trader, directly to your phone. So it's pretty crazy. But for those that know how to kind of look at charts, there's a chart called BLX, right? The liquid index kind of for Bitcoin. So it's like it's just showing you exactly when it started, right? From, like, you guys can see here, from 0.05, like 5 pennies Bitcoin was in 2009 to almost $18,000 US right now. So if you actually invested 5 pennies, in 2009, your 5 pennies would now be worth almost $20,000, just that one single investment, right? Now, going into that emotional cycle he just talked about, we have these cycles going on every 4 years, with kind of like that halving event we talked about, and the technology also being adopted in the first place. So, we have hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria. We're going to be rich. Everyone buy Bitcoin. And what's crazy is at these points is when people want to start buying. You were euphoric. It's all over the place. It's all over the media. And I remember Bitcoin at $20,000, reading up articles where people were literally taking out like second mortgages and selling their homes for Bitcoin at $20,000, for it to just boom, crash back down. And the media start talking bad about it again, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, anger, depression, right? My retirement money is lost. How can we pay for all this new stuff? So you want to be on the right side of this, okay? You want to be on the right side of this emotional cycle, and be plugged in with the information, and again, do your due diligence and read about it, and not just buy off hype, right? Don't buy off hype, but understand what's actually happening. So going into that chart, and I actually marked it off for us here a bit. And I'll show you guys just from the very beginning super quick. And we can see Bitcoin, okay? You guys can see this, and I'll pull back that emotional cycle real quick, right? Almost identical to what's actually on this market cycle. And this wasn't just made for Bitcoin. This was made actually before Bitcoin. You can follow stocks and other things like that. And you can see this as well, right? But I feel because Bitcoin is this new upcoming thing, we're going to see it a lot more. And it almost like it correlates with it highly. So, we can see that Bitcoin from the very beginning, it shot up almost 60,000% ROI in the span of 300 days, right? There's no investment doing 60,000% ROI in 300 days. And for it to just crash 80, 90%, 170 days, you lost 90% of your investment. And, looking at this again, we have these different cycles. We have the bull run. So that hope, that optimism, that euphoria, we got in early, we're going to be rich. And then that profit taking, where people are looking at this and it's like, how far can this actually go, right? Let's take some money off the table and wait again. So boom, it drops almost 94%. And guess what's back into the media? Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin's a bubble. Bitcoin was, not it, different things like that. And then we have this accumulation stage, I call it, where it kind of goes, it's bullish, but it's going sideways, right? I don't really call this like a bull run here, but it's going sideways, where we then have the first halving event, right? Supply gets cut in half, less Bitcoins get created. and we go into the second market cycle, right? Where we can literally see the exact same thing happening right here. We go into this bull run. It does another 10,000% ROI from that halving event, from, you know, $12 Bitcoin to $1,200. So again, if you even invested $12 in 2012, that $12 hit 1,200 at its peak here in 2013. For then Bitcoin to again go through that cycle. Boom. You know, if you had invested again at that euphoric stage at 1,000, oh, it's, you know, and I don't even think I heard about Bitcoin back then in 2013, but I guarantee it was somewhere saying it's going to this price, it's going to, you know, 50,000, it's going to this, for it to just crash another 87%. So imagine you invested $1,000 here. Your $1,000 is not looking happy down here, right? It's looking at like 200 bucks, not even. For us to go again into accumulation, and this is kind of where I got involved. And what's crazy is I didn't even know about the halving event when I invested, and I got actually invested like just, it was like April. So in here, April, yeah, because it was at 600 Canadian when I invested. So it was like April, May of 2016, where I remember it hit a peak, and we had that halving event, and then it dropped. And I remember looking at my investment. I'm like, yo, this thing's going down, bro. What's going on? And then boom, it started breaking these highs. Guys, this was a celebration every other day. I'm telling, like, every day I looked at my portfolio, it's like, it's breaking all-time highs. The next day, we're breaking all-time high. Like, it was it was crazy. It was like so much excitement and rush just coming in, where, you know, type of 111 in the chat box if you heard about Bitcoin during this. If it was like the first time you heard of Bitcoin during, you know, 2016, 2017, I want to see if who actually just heard about Bitcoin in that run. Because, you know, I guarantee a lot of us, you know, we're not typing ones, but I guarantee most of us probably heard about it in there, and we're like, yo, what is Bitcoin? Because the media was saying 50,000, 100,000, you know, I seen predictions of 500,000, and this is where people were actually selling their homes and taking out mortgages and different things like that, for then Bitcoin to do another what? 85% retracement. This, guys, was a very depressing stage for me. I'll be straight up. You know, I cashed some out, and I felt this, you know, like I rode this thing fully. Like I was like, we're gonna be rich. It's going to 100,000. You know, we're taking profits. And I watched, you know, I'm not gonna say numbers, but I watched my portfolio, you know, get cut in half in approximately a year and a half, right? Where I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know about that emotional cycle. I wasn't educated, and we were just going based off hype at the time. And, you know, my buddy telling me we're hitting 10,000 in 2020, but then it hit 20,000 that same year. Right. So we didn't know what was actually happening in the background with that emotional cycle and things going on. So kind of showing you guys where we are now, right? We had the first halving event 2012. We had the second halving event 2016. Guess what we just had 4 years after that recently, just now, May 11th, 2020. We actually had that third halving event, where you guys can see since that blue line, since that halving event, guess what's been happening?
Yep.
Right. We've been going up. We've been going up because supply got cut in half. Guess what's rising right now all over the world? Demand. Because of, and what's crazy is since Bitcoin got created, there hasn't been a pandemic. There hasn't been global uncertainty. There hasn't been talks of a recession going on since Bitcoin got created, where now we're moving into this digital age, right? And why I believe Bitcoin will hit, and you guys can see here, like I did this because Bitcoin, the halving event happened at $10,000. Guys, for Bitcoin to hit 100K, it's only 900% ROI. For Bitcoin to hit $300,000 is only 2,000, 3,000% ROI. When we've seen Bitcoin do 3,000, we've seen Bitcoin do 15, 60,000 in the span of 300 days without anyone really being involved, right? We didn't have institutions and these things involved, where during this bull run here, you know, from Bitcoin going from 600 to 20 grand, guess who wasn't involved? PayPal, Cash App, Square, there wasn't credit cards, there wasn't there wasn't mainstream like adoption. Where going into this bull run now, why would they just like, if Bitcoin was so certain before, why wouldn't have they gotten into it in 2012 and 2015, 2016? Because it was so new, no one really believed it. Where now, like, there is no reason for this thing to crash. If you really think about it, why would these companies and these investors and things like that invest into something that has potential to crash now? They wouldn't, right? They would never do that. And to me, going into this bull run, we now have institutions pushing this run where we might have like that, that retracement, like Shaq was saying, to, I don't want to say under 10 grand because that's kind of steep, but 12,000 to 14,000 is my kind of range where I personally want to buy more. But again, guys, I dollar cost average, right? He was just talking about it, and this thing could just break 20 grand and keep going. And you're sitting there waiting for this dip that might not ever happen. So to me, dollar cost averaging is super important because myself, right, from our company, my residual income goes into Bitcoin every week. I don't even care. Bitcoin could be at 20,000, Bitcoin could be at 16,000, Bitcoin could be at 1,000. I'm still going to buy per week, no matter what. And I believe that, obviously don't put in all your life savings and everything into crypto, but I believe everyone on this call should be investing at least 10% into Bitcoin, of their income or whatever is coming in, right? I believe everyone should have a portfolio and access to this money, and be investing 5-10% of your money every single week or month or however you get paid into crypto. Because in the long run, like, I don't invest into crypto to be rich overnight, right? I believe that, I've been holding Bitcoin since over here. Like, I have not, there was some I sold, there was some I held, and I watched the Bitcoin go from $20,000 to $3,000 in front of my eyes. And I'm like, damn, I should have sold, but I believe in the technology so bad that I've held them. And, when it hits 100, 200K, like, you best believe we're selling at that point to now do what? Ride it out again, right? And get into this. So kind of going into this, we're now watching it go up. We're going to see a retracement accumulation where we lead up to 2024 halving event again. Now, how can you guys capitalize off this to its maximum potential? Now we can trade Bitcoin. Now we can not just invest it and see the price go up, but we can make money whether it's going down or up now, right? Shout out MetaTrader and shout out Swipecoin, because I didn't even know about it too much until like last year, in April, when I joined IM. And now we're shorting Bitcoin. We're making money when it drops. We're making money when it goes up. And, I'm investing more as it's going down. So do you want me to kind of share on Swipecoin, like how it works and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, yeah, bro. If you don't mind, briefly, we can go into the numbers because I know there's some people right now don't even know what Swipecoin is. So you can share how it works. We can go to maybe the website as well too. Show people results because I know people want to know about the numbers. Because honestly, men lie, women lie, but guys, you guys know what it is. Numbers do not lie, right? So I want you to understand what the family has been taking advantage of literally through this application alone. This is what really kind of converted me a little bit more into a bigger believer just because of the numbers we're able to do. Like, literally, like, shout out to Rob Danquah. He showed me a 1-2 when he did off a Ripple. I'm like, bro, this is the power. This is literally what I want, not only for myself, but for everybody around me. I want to make sure they can eat and see those type of numbers as well too, off of literally just copying and pasting, right? So you can focus on forex or but understand with cryptocurrency, guys, you can copy and paste and make bank too. So yeah, let's get into Swipecoin.
So to be honest, Swipecoin is a game changer because, I'm the type of person, I love passive income, right? I guarantee Shaq loves passive income too, where, I'm not the type of person to be staring at charts all day and all these different things. I like looking at the charts because I like the volatility of things for some reason, but I personally don't like having to do all this different analysis and these things. And, I'm pretty bad at research myself. I like listening to people that have the results I want, emulating that, and then duplicating that within people, right? and just passing, I believe knowledge being passed to you should always be passed on to others. So with this app, Swipecoin, it's not even my knowledge or anyone else's on this call. We're getting knowledge directly from a 6-7 figure trader and investor, and someone who's been in the markets for, I think, 6-7 years since Bitcoin almost came out, right? So you guys can see here the interface, right? This is the website. There's also an application everyone can actually download on their cell phone, in Google Play or the Apple Store, whatever you own, right? Androids or iPhone. But you can go download Swipecoin, right? You can go download the app. So this is the interface. Now we have different things, and I'll start off with the results, right? We'll go into the results where, let me scroll down a little bit. I think it was down here.
Those are a lot of pluses that I'm seeing right now. A lot of pluses.
I don't see.
And yes, guys, for those who are asking the question, it works amazing on Androids. Trust me, it's phenomenal. It works phenomenal on Androids. It's not just for Apple. Literally, this app is crazy, guys.
So, kind of pips is kind of how we make money, right? It's called pips. And for every dollar Bitcoin moves is considered a pip. So we can see here, I can't see like the actual results. It's probably on Telegram somewhere, but.
Yeah, I got it on Telegram. I can show it on Telegram.
Okay, cool. Here, share your screen for a second there.
Yeah, so guys, not only do we have an application on Swipecoin, but we get alerts as well too on Telegram. Let me open up Telegram right now as you speak. Okay, perfect. I got it open. All right, so yeah, on Telegram, I don't know if you guys can see my screen. You know, the last, like, I would say 40 days at the beginning of this month was been crazy. You got results like this, guys. From November 1st to 16, one loss, 8,000 pips, right? With cryptocurrency, one pip, is like $1, right? So you guys can do the math. Literally, small accounts, typically you have to have a bigger account to trade this, maybe $500 or $1,000. But I'm telling you guys right now, the numbers really do not lie with this coin. There is some losses, guys. We don't win every single trade. I'm not gonna sit here and act like we win every single trade, but we definitely win a lot more than we lose. I want to see the one where they did like the 40-day one where they had like, I think it was 15,000 or something like that.
I think go above a bit.
Above?
I just seen it. Yeah, go up in that same line you're in. Right there.
Right there, yeah. So guys, this is the number that literally people have been partnering up with myself, Itiel, Sniper Nation's family, I Am Master Academy, just because of stuff like this. Picking up your phone, entering a few numbers, not being the best trader in the world, not understanding exactly what's going on, copying and pasting, and seeing results. 15,000 pips in 30, 40 days, literally, right? Some people are having a tremendous Christmas right now. Like tomorrow's Black Friday, and I know they're balling out based on the Swipecoin results, literally, right? So I want you guys to understand, like, this is the potential you guys can do as well too. And past profits don't guarantee future results, but Swipecoin is a phenomenal app. So numbers like that, again, too, as it says at the bottom, results are not typical, but if you want untypical results, you got to do untypical things, which is, work with the family and understand that trading is an avenue that you can create a passive. It takes a minute to copy and paste and you can get results as well too. So yeah, that's Swipecoin. Yeah, brother. We've been going on this call for about an hour. We'll answer any question that you guys have. You can share a little bit more if you like, but let's open it up for another 5 to 10 minutes of questions. If you guys have any questions for myself or Itiel, let's open it up. Again, we're going to be doing a raffle as well too, so make sure you guys have Snap, tag myself, Itiel, on Instagram, and we'll enter your name. We'll give you some Bitcoin to start off. Shout out to Shakes Pay. I literally earned $1 worth of Bitcoin every single day. Like, literally, I love that app. I feel bad for you Americans. I know, happy Thanksgiving, by the way, but you guys don't have it. Shakes Pay is a Canadian app that we shake and essentially make money literally every single day, right? And $1, 15 cents, 25 cents, that goes a long way, 5-4 years from now, if you never ever spend it. Shout out to McKinley on the call as well too. I think he's like almost at a year of shaking his phone that's what you call consistency, right? So, like, literally, guys, there's no excuse. You don't have to buy a full coin, right? You do not have to buy a full coin. You can get a portion of it and make some money, and your future self will thank you for it later, right? The proof is in the pudding. If big companies are now adopting it, I'm telling you guys right now, you do not have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to be the smartest person at all. All you got to do is get in. You got to be one of these early birds to get in because, I still truly believe, and, this could be a number that's not 100% accurate, but I still truly believe that 90% of the population doesn't know about Bitcoin. They probably heard of the headlines, but they're scared of it. They think it's a scam, right? So you guys are still early. Now is the time. Any last words, anything else you wanted to address, Itiel? Any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat as well too, guys. I had this was a great call. But yeah, any last words, bro?
I think we should just do the Q&A, to be honest. I think a lot of people definitely have some questions maybe. I don't know if we just want to go through some questions in the chat.
Yeah, I see some in the chat right now. So the first one I do see, if I missed the ones before this, I do apologize. Somebody said top 5 cryptos to invest in.
So
it's subjective. It's subjective, and again, we're not gonna, we can put disclaimers out there as well too. Like, I'll talk about my top 5 until you can talk about your top 5. But again, disclaimer, guys, we're not financial advisors. These are just coins that we personally like. So for me, I like Ripple. I like obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. I gave away the easy ones. And I like Cardano.
So for me, like, if I'm not a financial advisor, I do my due diligence, guys, and I go research the technology and these things behind it. But my top one, obviously, can't go wrong with the Bitcoin, right? But VeChain's a good one. It's partnered up with things like BMW and Louis Vuitton and Walmart. Ethereum, you can create decentralized applications off it. BAT token, basic attention token. It's like a browser almost. And I would say XRP. I'll go with XRP as well.
1000%. There's so many guys like. I just got into another one called Zcash that I really like. Technology behind that is really good. There's so much, guys. Do your proper due diligence as well too. Like what Itiel said, view the white papers, understand what is there, because some of these coins are really pump and dumps. They're here today and they're gone tomorrow. So be careful as well to do your proper due diligence. Dana said we need a money call 2.0 for sure. We definitely need a crypto money call. Itiel's gonna bring up what Ivan Paychecks is doing with the crypto talk. He does it as well too, him and Ashley. So shout out to Ashley as well too. She's still on this call, but they do their crypto talks, every 2 weeks, I believe. Hopefully they keep that going and pushing all the content regarding crypto, because these are conversations that everybody should be jumping on, guys. It's literally digital assets. Like, crypto is going to be part of your portfolio, guys. Literally, how you calculate net worth is assets minus liabilities. I'm telling you guys right now, these banks are going to start to ask, you got crypto? Right? Some of these institutions, and this is the accountant side coming out on me. Like, literally, some of these institutions, their financial statements are going to have a crypto ledger, literally showing exactly how much crypto they own a part of their company, right? So, guys, man, this is the future. This is why I'm so excited to have this conversation. Let me see what else questions we have here. We need another call. Okay, can you show us how to get that dollar per day? I wish I'm on my phone right now, but if you have this app called Shakes Pay, it's Canadian based. All you got to do is shake your phone, and you get $1 a day through that, or roughly like 50 cents or something like that. You get more as you do it more consistently. So again, shout out to McKinley. He's at 365 days or something like that. I think he just passed his yearly mark. So shout out to McKinley on the call. But yeah, that's what you call consistency. Every day you shake it, you get more coins, more Satoshis, which is like a portion of a full Bitcoin, of course. Besides Bitcoin, what coins should we invest into? So we gave you a few, guys. Obviously diversify with any other investments. You want to make sure you diversify different technologies, different sectors. You can add on to that, Itiel, if you want to give some advice regarding that, other than Bitcoin.
Wait, what was it? What should we invest in?
Yeah, other than Bitcoin. I think we kind of answered it though.
Yeah, we answered that. Okay.
The trade we saw is your trade example of it. No, that was actually the results from the Swipecoin app. So, I didn't catch that entire 15,000 pips, because some of that was scalper, but we definitely caught a big portion of that chunk. So that's the app that everybody has access to, part of the iMastery Academy platform. If you don't know what we're talking about, reach out to the person who got you on the call, and I'm pretty sure they can show you this app, because everybody's loving it, right? It's literally the money-making app. Anytime we were on the road to Montreal, and the alerts came and we pulled over. Literally, everybody entered the trade, he pulled over. I was doing a call for my team as well, and literally we stopped the call 5 minutes so everybody can enter the trade. right? It's fun when everybody's making money together, right? Right. Even when you lose together, it doesn't hurt as much. When you lose by yourself, some people go through depression. But I'm telling you right now, we definitely win a lot more than we lose, and the numbers don't lie. So get you swipe coin if you don't have it. What other questions are in here? Somebody said 56 days straight. What's the best way to take profit? Timing, where to transfer it, apps and exchanges. Okay, that's a lengthy question, Travis. So what is the best way to take profit? Itio, you wanna answer that one? Like
So
timing and where to transfer it as well too, and apps and exchanges.
timing, I would say hold it for a next year or two when Bitcoin's over, 50, 60K, 100K, I would start taking profits then. Even just now, like at 20 grand, I've seen people taking profits right from their investments because we might have that retracement. But the best way to take profit, it really depends where you are. If you're in the States, Coinbase. If you're in Canada, Shake Pay. I think you can do Coinbase as well. But pay your taxes. That's what I'll say. And where to transfer it, I suggest buying a ledger. If you do not have a ledger on this website or on this call, I'm gonna drop shop.ledger.com. Don't buy it's a USB drive, basically, this ledger.
Get you
And
one of these guys.
yeah,
Get you
don't
one of these.
Shaq has it right there. It's a USB drive. Don't buy it on Amazon. Don't buy it on Kijiji. Don't buy it from your friend. Order it from the website, because if you guys buy it on Amazon and your Bitcoin's gone, I'll personally laugh at you for doing that, because straight up, like, don't buy it from there. Don't cheap out. Order the real ledger. Make sure it's not tampered with, right?
And
But
there's a lot of sales happening right now, guys. Take advantage right now. Any technology you guys been waiting to buy, literally, it's going on sale. Tomorrow is Black Friday. Boxing Day, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have something too. Cyber Monday, whenever that is, it's gonna be on sale, guys. Get you a ledger. Protect yourself. Keep it in the safe. Keep it somewhere safe. Don't tell out your code to anybody. Let your loved ones know that you have some Bitcoin as well too. They'll thank you. They'll thank you later. Bitcoin can maybe be your insurance policy as well too. All right, I'm not putting any claims out there, but guys, get you a ledger, store it safe.
hey,
What else? Somebody asked about exchange. Okay, Dre said it. If I have $5,000, what should I do to invest in it? Yo, family, hit me up. You already know what it is. You're one of the first people that showed me about Bitcoin, but I can show you some altcoins you can get into as well. Another question here is, what do you think? What do you think will happen with the upcoming Ether event?
So Darren, is it ETH 2.0 coming out you're talking about? So basically, there's other coins that have passive income. So for example, Ethereum, if you actually own 32 Ethereum, which hint, hint, wink, wink, what Andre always says, try and accumulate 32 Ethereum, and they're actually going to give you 14% annually ROI on top of your Ethereum. So you're actually going to get paid out dividends. And most of us don't know on this call, but there's dividends on crypto even, depending on the coins you hold. So that's what I think about it. I think invest into it.
Shout out to Jody on this call. She said, first hour of getting swipe coin, I was successful, guys. Hey. Anybody can use this app and be successful. That's what's up. Shop, let you drop the site. Perfect. Somebody said just ordered theirs. Congratulations for people buying their first ledger. We got Justin asks, what do you recommend, Nano X or Ledger Nano S and Y?
So the two of them are good. Don't get me wrong. You don't need both of them. I recommend if you're holding over, 2-3 grand worth, 5K, then I recommend getting both of them. But for example, the Nano S, which is, it's an offline storage, it has to be plugged into your laptop for you to actually maneuver your crypto around and withdraw. Whereas the Nano X has Bluetooth on it, and you can actually access your portfolio off your phone and see your cryptos and stuff like that while you're on your phone. I'm not too much of a fan of the X because of the Bluetooth aspect. Whereas what I would use each one for, which is the Y question, is the Nano S, I would use it for storage. So you actually keep your cryptos on there. You hold them, you leave them in there. The Nano X, I would use it for example, if I had, say a full Bitcoin, and Shaq or George or someone on this call wants to buy $1,000 worth of crypto, then I would send only $1,000 worth of Bitcoin from my S to my X. Instead of having to travel with all my crypto around and go meet someone, then I would just send whatever I need to sell onto my X and go meet them with that set amount. If you know like kind of what I'm getting to, right? Because leaving your S at home, you just have access to whatever or you say you're traveling. You want to travel with your crypto, you're not going to bring your whole entire USB drive with your portfolio in it. Send whatever you need to, $1,000, $2,000, and withdraw in that certain country and use that set amount of crypto there, right?
Get both. If you're indecisive, get both. You can have multiple different ledgers. Again, they're like safe, so you can have multiple different ones. And again, for me, I always advise anything over 5K. Definitely, you want to keep it in a ledger. Well over, you know what I mean. You want to protect your money, guys. Somebody asked, but isn't it risky with Bluetooth? I can answer that question. With anything that's good, it could be risky as well too. Anything that's good, there's always a bad with it. So you always got to be careful. And definitely hackers can get into your ledger. So protect. Hackers can get into your ledger through what? Bluetooth? Is that what you're asking, Marco?
So the actual ledger can't be hacked, but that's the only.
Yeah, you're frozen, bro. You just froze. Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. I see my like Wi-Fi signal.
You said hackers what?
So
that's the government right there.
Yo, they're trying to hack me right now. But the ledger can't be hacked. Obviously, if your computer's like tampered with and you plug in your ledger, then maybe it can. But I think they're like unhackable and things. But the Bluetooth one, that's the only thing about the Bluetooth thing. Like, I'm pretty sure Bluetooth can get hacked. So that's why I only recommend like sending whatever you're gonna go sell or move onto the X and keep everything on the S because it's completely offline. Exodus. Yeah, Exodus is very, very safe. It has your with these exchanges and these wallets and things like that, there's something called a private key, right? And when you own your private key, you actually own your crypto. So if you keep your money on ShakePay or Coinbase and these things, you don't own your private key. It's not really your crypto, right? It's like you almost have money in the bank, right? A third-party exchange. Whereas these ledgers in that app Exodus, you actually own your private keys. So if anything were to ever happen to that ledger or that app, you can actually restore your crypto. So Exodus is safe.
That's what's up. Somebody said, so do you add crypto to your ledger and also Shake apps? I'm saying ShakePay probably. ShakePay.
Can you move your Bitcoin? Yeah, you can maneuver your Bitcoin from anywhere. Yeah, so you can send it from ShakePay to Exodus, ShakePay to your ledger. You can send it from your ledger back to ShakePay and withdraw to e-transfer or Coinbase back to your bank. And then, so do you add crypto to your ledger and also ShakePay? So I don't recommend keeping it on. Like I said, if you don't own your private keys, they're called, don't keep your crypto on there for long periods of time. I would buy it on ShakePay or Coinbase and withdraw that as soon as possible. 100%.
That's what's up. If there's no other questions, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys. We still got 70 people strong on this call, and that's what's up. We maxed it out at one point. This was fun. This was a good conversation, guys. Tune in to Itiel's calls as well too. He does a lot of different calls, especially ones on Sunday where he throws it down for the family, making sure that everybody eats on the crypto side. He also has the crypto talks he does. But he's a definitely resource you guys want to plug in with. But guys, let's all get some crypto in our asset portfolios, guys. Let's all diversify. Let's all literally level up, through cryptocurrency. And the beauty of it, guys, no matter if the market goes up or down, when you learn the skill set how to trade it, you're going to make money regardless. All right. So learn the skill set. And again, you do not have to be the smartest person. You just have to be ahead of the wave, right? You just have to be an early bird. You just have to literally, take a chance at it now. And then, a couple years from now, you'll be handsomely rewarded, right? So this is the time. Like this call has been like perfect timing, especially with the wave that's happening right now. Bitcoin and Ripple and all these coins right now are at a discount. It may continue to retrace a little bit more. We're people are saying maybe in December a little bit even lower, but who knows? It may not. Nobody really knows. But again, dollar cost averaging get you some. You can get crypto with as little as $20, guys, literally. So If you have extra money on the side, make sure you invest into cryptocurrency. All right. That's my last words. Appreciate every single one of you guys for jumping on this call. Drop some fives if you guys got some value. Tune in next week, because we're going to come with more sauce, another money call, more value, and continue to help each other eat and lift each other up, because this is what it's about. Literally, it's not about how much money you make. Literally, it's not about how much money you make. It's how much money you can keep and how much money you can pass on for generations. So that's what's up. Another money call. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Have a phenomenal night and take care, guys.
Thank you for hopping on, and thank you, Shaq, for having me on the money call, guys.
Yes, sir.
Tag us. Make sure you guys go reach out with your notes. Again, we're going to be doing that giveaway, so stay tuned, guys. Peace out.